Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and we haven't looked at an Amazon Echo device in a while because they've largely been the same from one generation to the next. But the other day I saw this one on my feed, and this is a little different than some of the other ones I've looked at. This is called the Echo Spot, and the best way to describe it is as a smart clock because it does have a display integrated, but it's very limited in what the display can do. And there's no camera on board either, so they're marketing this one as a smart clock. So I thought we'd do a quick look at this product and see what's unique about it. And before we get into this, I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosure, that I paid for this with my own funds. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. No one is paying for this review, nor has anyone reviewed or approved what you're about to see before it was uploaded. So let's get into it now and see what this smart clock is all about. Now, like many Amazon products, the price point on this will fluctuate dramatically depending on the time of year, so I would check the affiliate link in the video description to see what the price is at this moment. This looks a lot like some of the other Echo devices you will find out there. It's got this cut off sphere kind of look to it. Unlike the Echo Dot, which is just a front-facing speaker with no display, this one has a limited function display that most of the time will tell you the time, and in my case I also have it showing me the current weather conditions, which are partly cloudy. This, though, will not display video footage from your cameras. So some of these Echo devices, like the Echo Show, will actually pull up your doorbell when somebody rings it. You won't be able to look at any cameras with this. You can't pull in any video sources, but it will display some limited information when you request it. So you can see the clock here active at the moment. I can also ask it to do something else like, computer, what's the weather in New York City today?
In New York, it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies.
And
Today,
as you can see,
you can look for intermittent clouds with a high of 93 degrees and a low of 78 degrees.
So you will occasionally get some visualizations along with your request, but not at the depth you'll see on some of the other Amazon devices that have displays. One other thing it will do is that when you're playing music like this, computer, play me some 80s music, please. You will see the media controls kind of take over here, and what you'll have here is the current playing song along with a thumbnail of what you are listening to. I think also the visualization goes along with the music as well. I just can't show you that right now due to copyright. But by and large, the display here is pretty limited in what it can do. It does have some touch functionality here. Like some of the other Echo devices, the touch display is not all that accurate. But you can go into the settings here and adjust how the clock looks, for example. So I could change the clock face to something else if I wanted to. So I could hit that there and that will update things. And now my clock looks different, but I lost the weather. You don't have much to choose from at the moment, although I would imagine they could probably add more clock faces over time. And one thing you can do if kind of fighting with this little display is not something that you're enjoying is switch over to the app to more fine-tune the experience. So why don't we do that real quick and we'll take a look at a few other things. So here we are inside of the Amazon A-Word app on my phone here, and if I select my Echo Spot here from the list, you can see that I can control the media playback from here if I wanted to. I also have access to the Amazon Drop-In feature that allows me to drop in and listen or speak to people through this device anywhere I happen to be in the world. So if I tap on drop in here, it will initiate a call, and there we go. We've got some echoing going on. But that feature works just like it does on some of the other Echo devices. But what I want to show you here is how we can adjust what the clock looks like and how it works. So if I go over to clock and theme, I can change the face here right on the interface. So I could pull up this one if I want, which is the one we had before. If I don't like the color of this, I can go over to the clock, the color theme for the clock and change the basic theme that we're working with here. So we've got a couple of colors to choose from. Not much, unfortunately. It'd be nice to see them add some additional options for customizing the clock, given that it is a basic display that should allow you to do a little bit more, and maybe we'll see that over time. And then I can also change the clock format to 24 hours if I want. Now they also have a mode for nighttime, so you can still get the clock without a very bright screen blaring into your face. And to do that, you go over to the night mode here. And by default, I think it goes from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I was messing around with it a little bit earlier. And when it switches into night mode, what it's going to do is go from this color display to a much dimmer red display here. And then if you touch the front of the display, what will happen is you will get the thing back here again. I was trying to trip up its ultrasonic sensor here to see what would actually trigger changing the display over. So if you couldn't really see it at night or you wanted to see what the temperature was, you could tap the screen and go back into the normal day mode, and then after a few minutes it will go back to that red mode you saw earlier. Now, with this being marketed as a smart clock, it is also an alarm clock that you can set just by asking it to set an alarm for a certain time. And what's neat about it is that when the alarm goes off, you can just tap the top of it, and that will snooze it for a length of time, and you can go from there. Now, inside of the app, you can set up different alarm tones to go off when it does go off, and there are some celebrities you can have do these things for you. They also have a premium section here. At the moment, all of these are free, but they even got the guy from Dateline here who will wake you up, and you can hear what it sounds like inside of the app here. So you've got a couple of different alarm settings to go with, and as you can see here, my clock is set to try to wake me up again at 2:34 because I set that snooze a little bit earlier. Now, of course, it can do a few other things beyond just working as an alarm clock. So for example, I did try to set multiple timers here, and I've got one running here that's got 9 minutes left and a second one that's got about 14 minutes and change left. But it's hard to manage multiple timers on such a small display. So this may not be as useful for the kitchen as an Echo Show might be that could show you more on the display, but it is capable of doing a lot of the same tasks. Now, the speaker on this will sound better than the Echo Spot, which is their entry-level device. It's got a nice, deep, rich sound, but it doesn't have the range of sound that you might want to really enjoy music on. So I think if you're looking for something just to play some music in the background and you don't really care about it sounding perfect, I think it's good for that. But if you are looking for a more audiophile quality experience, obviously you're not going to get that out of this, but it's not bad for listening to music and podcasts while you're getting ready to start your day. On the top, you have some basic controls here. You've got the mute button in the center, which will disable the microphone, and it'll keep a red line up here on the screen when that is disabled. You can also ask it to not disturb you, so you won't get notifications or other things pushed to it while the Do Not Disturb is active, but you can still talk to the device and get information from it if you need to. And then, of course, you've got your two volume buttons up here along with the microphones, and it was able to pick me up across a decent-sized room, so no issues there. It sits very firmly on the desk, and altogether, I think as a smart clock, it works quite well at that function. And if you are looking for something in the bedroom that doesn't have a camera on board, this might do it for you. And of course, it's part of Amazon's greater ecosystem of their A-word products. That is going to do it for this one. Until next time, this is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.